listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. Stay Ucey, people.
Perfect.
Quite frankly, probably the best SmackDown segment of the year. Sami Zayn is he's a gem. He's a gem. First things first, you already know what time it is. Welcome. Check out my socials before we get into the show. Follow me, RJD. RJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat, RJD_199 on Instagram. But most importantly, follow What's the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor. What the hell was that? I don't know.
Nope.
Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. I am your host, once again, RJD, and we are going to talk about Smacketh of the Down. We will do the news and Rampage. I got news on CM Punk and who thinks that he is a cancer in the locker room. Yikes. I got news on Sasha Banks when she may or may not be coming back. We got some new women possibly coming back into WWE, and one obviously debuted tonight or last night. And we will have the Rampage review. That will be most likely, if not tonight, it will be tomorrow. Look out for that. That's coming real soon. But most importantly, hit the goddamn like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel What the Wrestling on all my social media platforms. As you saw in the beginning, it is robe time. Just so you know, man, oh man. Woo! Sami Zayn. We just gonna start there. We just gonna start there. Oh my goodness, Sami Zayn and his bloodline story is literally the best thing in WWE right now. Yes, Bray Wyatt, dope coming back. I'm sure he's gonna start doing some stuff coming soon. We did have the debut tonight of the Howdy character, which is awesome. But the bloodline story is a long, drawn-out storyline taken over by Triple H, and we had a very, very funny, I don't even think the segment was meant to be funny, but it was very funny tonight, and I hope that they don't get reprimanded or anything crazy happens, or they don't try to make it serious, because letting Sami Zayn be himself is just, listen.
You activated my
There is no like Sami Zayn being himself. He's so charismatic, comedic timing on 100. Like, and the fact that he has this big old grizzly beard, big old grizzly ginger beard, and the faces he makes, it probably adds to everything. This is awesome. So, let's talk about how this show started off. Brawling Brutes, Butch, and Ridge Holland versus Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. They start off by saying the tribal chief. Let's turn this off. The tribal chief isn't there. So they said, listen, before the tribal chief gets here, we need to show unity. We need to make sure we win because we cannot continue to lose. And then when Roman gets here, we want to be unified, one accord. We got to win this. Let's get on one page. And they went out there. So Sami Zayn comes out there with Solo. And they have themselves a good match, solid match. Everybody gets their stuff in. The end came when Jey pulled Sami out of the ring because he thought Sami was in trouble. And an argument ensued between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Ridge Holland came in and took everybody out. They started yelling at each other. Then Solo had to walk over there to calm Jey down. But Ridge came over there and knocked everybody out. Sami Zayn jumped back in the ring and got rolled up for a 3 count. So that's, yeah, you messed up right there, buddy. And must I say, when roll-ups are used like this, I love them. Like, when you see, what I hate is when they do roll-ups out of nowhere for no apparent reason. But this roll-up was a good roll-up. And I have no problem with somebody winning with a roll-up as long as it's done tactfully and strategically. This was great. Afterwards, all hell broke loose where Jey started yelling at Sami. Sami started yelling at Jey. Solo got in between them, and then Jey threw Solo out the way. Not threw him, but pushed him. Then Jimmy jumped in and was like, hey, man, chill out, Uce. And then Jey got up into Jimmy's face. And then they were about to come to blows. And then here comes Roman Reigns' music hitting. And everybody looked terrified. Except for Solo Sikoa, because Solo is the real G. He has no expression. He's just, I ain't scared. So he acknowledges his tribal chief, but he ain't scared. He just keeps the same face. So Roman comes out. Everybody's tight. Everybody falls in line. And then it begins. Roman Reigns asks everybody to acknowledge him, which they do. And then he says, listen, I'm going to acknowledge the elephant in the room. I don't like to bring the backstage stuff to the front, but y'all need to air everything out right now and find out what's going on. So Sami Zayn took the high road. He was like, listen, man, if I offended you, wait, first of all, he hit him with the, listen, man, if I have offended you, I am sorry. I did not mean for anything to happen. I want us to be friends. Everybody likes me but you. And I don't know why. Please tell me, why do you hate me so much, Jey? Why? So Jey basically was like, listen, man.
Get the fuck out of here!
Jey wasn't having none of that. Jey was like, listen, bruv, I don't like you. I bled for this family. I bled for everybody in this family. And I don't like you. I don't like that hair. And shout out to Jey Uso, because he started to get what chance and he killed that shit real quick. I don't like that hair. I don't like your face. I don't like that shirt. And I don't like you. How you gonna be part of the bloodline, Uce, when you ain't blood? You ain't family, Uce. So he started going in. And then Sami rebutted and saying, listen, man, the tribal chief says we need to make peace. I'm trying to make peace. Why don't you want to make peace? And then he says, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says. And it was like,
You activated my trap card.
Roman turned around real slow. And he was like, is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch? Now let me stop. He was like, listen, man.
You stupid.
I'm coming to kill you, bruh. I'm coming to kill you, bruh. He turned around like, man, I'm gonna hurt you. And Jey was like, oh shit. And it was just like everybody knew.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
He even got "you fucked up" chants. You fucked up. You fucked up. So, and I'm surprised Fox 5 didn't bleep it out. Because AEW, they're bleeping out bitch now. They're bleeping out shit. They let that rock, which is surprising. But Sami Zayn quickly jumps in and he said, listen. He didn't mean that. He's having a rough time. He's having a rough day. Things haven't been going well for him. He didn't mean that. He was like, nah, man, I didn't mean that. He was like, nah, man. He copped real quick. He copped out real quick. He was like, nah, man. He was like, nah, man.
Stop the cap.
I didn't mean that. And then he said, listen, Roman, he's just, you know, he hasn't been lately. He hasn't been acting very Ucey. Yo, everybody instantly starts laughing. Everybody, the crowd, everybody out there is just like,
Emotional damage.
if I watched this 5 times, and each time I focused in on something different. So the first time I watched it, I'm looking at Jey, and Jey is just like, you ever just look at somebody, and we've all been here. We've all been here. You ever just look at somebody and then you're like trying so hard not to laugh, and you're just like, and you just smirk at them, but deep inside your soul, you're crying with laughter. Jey Uso tries so hard to hide. He tried so hard not to laugh. He couldn't do it. He's sitting there covering his face. He's sitting there like this. He's sitting there like, he's doing this. He's doing everything in his power not to laugh. If you've ever been in this situation, and I know you have, that makes you want to laugh even more. Trying not to laugh makes you want to laugh more. So this dude is sitting there trying his hardest not to laugh. And then the second time, I focused on Roman. And Roman looked at him and he had a straight face. And then it's like, Sami Zayn's face makes you want to laugh. Like, he said it, and then he has this face like, and then Roman's looking at him like, we'll see. And Roman couldn't hold it. Roman was like, you know what?
Get the fuck out of here!
He was like, F it. Roman started laughing, man. And Sami Zayn deep down inside was like,
Gotcha, bitch.
got him. Finally, I got him. I got them all. Now, I would have loved to see Solo Sikoa, because Solo Sikoa, he's always the one straight face. And the camera didn't get him. So it was interesting to see. Damn, I wonder if he got him. Paul Heyman was just in the back like, I wonder where this is going to go. Because Paul Heyman is the consummate professional. So he was probably sitting there like, I wonder how they're going to clean this up. Because they done fucked the segment up. Like, everybody's sitting here rolling. Jimmy's in the back like, Jimmy Uso's in the back like, he's sitting there trying not to laugh. I even watched it again. I watched it again today, and I laughed again because these dudes, like the crowd, like instant laughter. And kudos to WWE for not piping in no crowd noise, because you know they do the piped in crowd noise sometime. They just let it ride. And Roman cleaned it up real good. So Roman was laughing, and like the crowd, shout out to the crowd, because the crowd noticed that everybody was stuck. So the crowd just started laughing. And then the crowd just started laughing. And it was like, Ucey. So once the crowd noticed that everybody was kind of just stuck because everybody was trying not to laugh, they just started chanting. And Roman rolled into it. And that's why I shout out Roman Reigns, because he rolled into it. And I guarantee you, this was an ad lib. I guarantee you he called the audible. I guarantee it. This was not how this segment was supposed to go. And that's why I love wrestling, because something could happen, the crowd could do something, and then you could just change on a dime. And which makes it that much more funnier, meaner, whatever. And Roman was like, so that's what we're doing? So that's the problem? You're trying to find your inner Ucey? and then Jey cracked. At this point, Jey cracked. He tried to turn around, and Roman was like, no, stay right here. He turned around and did something, because you got to realize the hard camera is right on them. Like, I'm assuming they teach you to always face the hard cam. So the hard camera is right on them. So Jey is sitting there trying not to laugh, and then they got the hard cam on him, and so he has to turn around like this so that they don't, so he could just get it out a little bit and then hold it. And he said, listen, this is what we're going to do. If you can't figure this out, I'm going to do something you ain't going to like. I'm going to take this honorary, I'm going to take that away. And I'm going to make him a full-blown oos. Talking about Sami Zayn. Crowd goes crazy. Then he said, you know what we're going to call him? We're going to call him Sammy Uso. And then he got Sammy Uso. Sammy Uso. Man, this segment was A1. After that, Jey went back to mean mugging. Sami Zayn was just... And then, he's got this big old beard. And he's like, really? Oh, this was freaking hilarious. Then they gave the mic to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman said, listen, the tribal chief has called an end to this meeting. Go catch Logan Paul and Roman Reigns on Peacock at Crown Jewel in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in 3, 2, 1. And then they went off the air. Man. A1, gentlemen. A-F-N-1. Holy hell. This segment was fantastic. This shit was hilarious. This was hilarious, man. Sami Zayn, Roman, Bloodline, this whole thing with Sami, everybody should come out of this way better than they went into it. And I think Sami Zayn was on a podcast recently saying that this is a very long-term story, even for WWE standards. Like, this is long. They don't really tell stories this long, and they used to not tell stories at all for this long or half this length. But Sami Zayn don't even know where this is going or going to end up, or maybe he does, or maybe they're playing it week by week. But if Sami Zayn isn't the biggest goddamn babyface coming out of this feud, coming out of this story, I don't know what we're doing. Like, for real. This was great. This was great. Like, and the fact that they were able... Sami Zayn, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if they're just telling Sami, go out there. And this is why I don't like scripts. Like, certain people, they need scripts. Certain people, they work better with scripts or with writers. And certain people, you let them go out there and do them. When Roman Reigns was out there doing him, and they started letting him just do what he wanted to do, he's the tribal chief. He's a beast. Sami Zayn, same thing. Sami Zayn doesn't need writers. Kevin Owens doesn't need writers. Who else? MJF doesn't need writers. Cody really doesn't need, like, these guys don't need writers. They can go out there and be great. Now, certain people, they probably do need writers. But others, the people who need them, put writers with them, help them out. The people who don't need it, let them go out there and be themselves. I mean, we've seen this for how many years now? Every time somebody goes out there and they are themselves, and you let them be as charismatic as they want to be, they organically get over. We've seen it time and time again. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people, they're not that charismatic. They need to be helped out. That's fine. But certain people, when you put writers with him, you cap them off. Clearly, Sami Zayn has no handcuffs because he's been trying to get these dudes to break character for so long. He finally got them. He got them all. I don't know if he got Solo Sikoa, but everybody else, he finally broke them. He finally. Shout out to Sami Zayn, man. Man, this was funny. I watched it 5 times. This was freaking great. Best thing on the show. Show peaked right here. What else do we have on this show? Let's talk about it. New Day, Kofi and Xavier. They beat the Maximum Male Models. Hit the midnight hour on Mansoor. Have no idea why they're still doing this Maximum Male Models crap. I mean, I guess to get them on the show. I mean, listen, if you're going to do it, then do something with them. You know, do something with them. Liv Morgan attacked Sonya Deville. They had a backstage brawl. I like Liv Morgan going crazy. I like this. I really do. I think if, Liv Morgan, she just lost the chip. But if they build this back up, I think they could get a nice story out of crazy Liv Morgan doing crazy things. I like it. Braun Strowman cut a promo hyping up his match versus Omos at Crown Jewel. I wonder who's going to win that. I don't know. Showing all of his feats of strength. Yeah, because he's jacked. Yeah, so shout out to Braun Strowman, man. He's come back and people love them some Braun Strowman. They really do. I didn't think people would be this excited for Braun coming back, but listen, truth be told, they like Braun. Shout out to Braun, man. Doing good stuff on the way back. Then we had something that I kind of didn't get. We had Ronda Rousey with an open challenge. And we had a returning Emma, Tenille Dashwood, answered the open challenge and she came back. Now, didn't really get a crazy reaction. So, that was alarming. But Emma is really good in the ring. And I'm glad she's back in WWE. And let's stop the show.
Stop it.
This women's division is fantastic. SmackDown and Raw, they have 2 good women's divisions. So if you're going to keep the brand split and you're going to keep everybody separated, assuming that they're going to have a draft soon, now you have a bunch of different pieces and you could tell some stories with some people we haven't seen in a long time. So if they could build up Emma, if they could build up a Shotzi, if they could build up a Raquel Rodriguez, if they could build up all of these people, all of these new people coming in, that would be fantastic. Because now you could tell some new stories. And you got people that's good in the ring. Call up a Zoe Stark. You got Legado del Fantasma. You got L.A. Knight. Yeah. You got all of these people. Start doing stuff with them. Build them up. Tell some good stories. I like where this is going, man. Rosters are healthy. This roster's healthy. So, Ronda beat Emma. She hit an eye rake and then hit her with the armbar. This match was a little clunky. Could have been better. Not going to lie. Little clunky. But they got through it. Shout out to them. Shayna Baszler then met up with Ronda backstage after the match. Natalya came and said, if I had answered that open challenge, I would be champion right now. And Shayna Baszler choked her out. That happened. We had Hit Row versus Legado del Fantasma. But they had a special partner, Shinsuke Nakamura. And he hit the Kinshasa on Del Toro for the victory. Hit Row got a much needed win here. So shout out to them. Just not the same without Swerve, man. Not the same without Swerve. But I still like Hit Row. They're just not the same without Swerve. But I do think Top Dollar has... I do think Hit Row has the potential to do something. But they need to be in something meaningful. Like... They need like a couple of big wins. They need to be on something meaningful to captivate the crowd. But I do think they got something. They just need to be in something more prominent. Then you got L.A. Knight. Yeah. He proclaimed himself the God's gift to SmackDown. Then he had a backstage scrum up with Rick O'Shea. So looking forward to seeing them two go at it. Shout out to Ricochet too. Glad he's being utilized more and more now. Then we got Mr. Killer Cross versus Madcap Moss. And he ends up hitting him with the back elbow. And after he got hit with the back elbow, he got choked out. And he while choking out this dude, he called Drew a hypocrite and a coward. Yikes. Then we had Walter, aka Gunther, chopped the hell out of Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio had a backstage interview, and he's got the Walter fight coming up. And Gunther was basically like, man, come get this chop action. And Imperium held him, and then he got chopped and left for dead. That sucked.
Nope.
Then we had Bray Wyatt coming out, and he said, listen, you're going to get a version of me. You're going to get the best version of me. He's like, I can't lie, seeing you guys makes me want to do bad things to people. Or it makes me happy. It makes me want to not, I think he said not do bad things to people. But then Uncle Howdy, his crazy alter ego, came out and basically accused him of being a fraud. Saying, Uncle Howdy, first of all, creepy looking mask. Mad dope.
Perfect.
Creepy. Very creepy. And he said, you a fraud. So that is how, and then it kind of went off the air cryptically. I like how when they do these, like, they'll be like, yeah, welcome to WWE, and we're set to have the Smackdown Championship. And then it goes into the QR code, and then you start seeing some crap happen. And then you see all this stuff with Bray Wyatt, and then it comes back. Yeah, and Shinsuke Nakamura going for the WWE Championship match with Gunther. Like, and then it comes back. I like how it fades in and out like that. That's pretty cool. That's something new that they're doing, obviously, because they weren't doing that before. But I like the fact that they're incorporating that. That to me is pretty dope. I like that. Love it. Keep it up. Bray Wyatt, I want to see him start. I want to see him doing more stuff. It's like they're inching it out little by little. So now that we have the Uncle Howdy character, we got this Wyatt 6 thing coming. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know who he's going to be in the ring with. But if they put Bray Wyatt in the ring with Roman Reigns, and I did hear somewhere that they're trying to do that, that is very stupid.
You stupid.
Please don't do that. That's going to be an epic fail. You already had Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, after he beat Finn Balor. 3 months later, he's challenging for the world title. Too soon. Let us learn from our past mistakes, WWE. We don't need Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. The brother just got back. Put him in a feud with some. Have him beat up on a few people in the lower card. Then put him in something meaningful with the mid card. Build him up. Don't just put him right, shoot him to the moon. You're going to kill the damn character like you did the Fiend. But I have faith in Triple H. That Triple H is not going to do that. I don't think they should push him to the moon just yet. Let the brother marinate. He just got back. I hope they don't do that. It's like, I hope they don't do that. But we'll see what happens. That's all I got for you guys today. RJD here. Man, oh man, what a fascinating opening segment. I loved it. It was simply fantastic. Check me out tomorrow. We got the news. We got the Rampage review. That will be out tomorrow or very late tonight. Catch me on all social media platforms. I'm out of here. Everybody be safe. Peace.
Dom the Mongo.